Have you ever just felt stuck? Like, I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm here. I'm frustrated and I want to go do something different, but I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I don't know. Am I supposed to be here? Am I supposed to be over there? What am I supposed to be freaking doing? I felt like that 2 days ago. I was so frustrated. I couldn't figure out up from down. We had some really unfortunate news about my husband not him, about my husband's uncle. And we just didn't know. I was so lost. And I was sitting in the office going, what is it that I like? What is it that speaks to me? What is it that talks to my soul? And I thought, you know what I absolutely love to do is snowboarding. I love snowboarding. I love being in the mountains. I love being in the snow. I love not paying attention to anybody else, thinking about anybody else's worries. When you're out on the mountain, everything else disappears. And I said to one of our employees here, I said, I am going to go find myself. And he said, good luck with that. And I left. And I went home and I got all my gear and I put it in the car. And I drove up to the mountain. And I got out and I went snowboarding. And I rode and I rode. And on the third lift up, I hear this clamoring down below. And I look down and there is a young lady. She's maybe about 6 years old. And she's down there and she's got a pair of skis on. And she's on a pretty steep part of the mountain. She's cruising down and she has a little brother with her. So I think she was probably about 8. And so the little boy was probably about 6. And then they had a dad, and the dad was on a snowboard. And the little girl, you can see her, she's going good, but she's frustrated. She's starting to yell and she's starting to scream and she's getting really upset. And her dad is saying, come on, let's keep going, keep going, keep going. But she just is frustrated and she can't get over it. She just gets hung up on the fact that she can't control her skis. It's not like walking. It's a whole different movement. And she's frustrated with it. And she went down a little bit further and she ate it. And this little girl got so pissed. She sat up and she punched the snow and she started yelling at her dad, screaming about how upset she was. And I recognized that little girl. That was me earlier that day. Because I didn't know exactly what I was supposed to be doing. I didn't feel like I was doing a very good job at whatever I was doing. I felt like I was aimless, pointless, and I had no direction. When you're out on the mountain, the most amazing thing happens. You know, on a snowboard, when you're standing there, you have both of your feet strapped into a board. And you feel like, okay, you watch people and you go, I bend my knees and then I can control my board. But that's not actually what controls your board. What controls your board, what controls where you go, is your shoulder. It's actually your shoulder of your leading foot. What happens is you're going along and wherever, if you were to hold out your hand and you were to point, where you point is where you will go. You will go in the direction that you point. So if you don't want to hit that tree over there, you don't point at the tree. You point where you want to go because it will naturally move your body in that direction. Sometimes it's hard to find where you want to go. Sometimes we don't know what direction to actually point in. But if we can look and we can identify what we don't want to hit and look away, point at the thing that you do want to hit, point at the goal, point at the direction, then you won't have that moment of frustration. You won't be punching the snow or running away. I'm not saying give up personal time because you still have to have those things that you enjoy and that you love and that you really feel connect to your soul. Still enjoy those moments. But when you want to get somewhere, point to where you want to go and your body will naturally follow.